Okay, so now we've been looking at Boston City data and filtering it and cleaning it, and now we want to plot it, and we're going to use Google Charts to plot that data. So let's go back to code. So here's our code. We've been picking out the data. Remember, we read in Boston salary data that's in a JSON file, and that happens to be stored in a variable called data. And to access the piece that we want, we needed to go to data.data, and then we looked at how to pick out the correct column, which was the maximum salary, and then we're filtering that data to pull out the salaries larger than 200,000. Let's make that 250,000 just for, so we get slightly less data. Okay, now to use Google Charts we need to load a few libraries. So I'm going to do Control K, Control V, and the first thing we need to do is we need to use this loader that will load up Google Charts. And I've written a JavaScript file, drawchart.js, that is a JavaScript file that's in the same directory, so we can just load it here. And this is that file, and we'll go through that later, but basically it draws, we create our data and it draws a chart. So let's go see where it draws the chart. We need to put a div into the body of the HTML, and we're calling it chart_div. This is not a special name, but it's where it's going to draw the data, and we've made this 900 wide and 500 pixels high. So it's going to draw the chart into this div. Okay, so let's now put in a little bit more code here. And here what I need to do is I need now to load up, I'm using the static loader to load up the core charts of Google, and particularly the bar chart. Now this statement says I want to wait until this chart has been loaded, the Google JavaScript has been loaded, because it's coming into me over the web, and once it's loaded I want to call the function go. So here's my function go that we've been calling by hand, but now it's going to be called once this package is loaded. Now the only thing I need to do now is to pass the data into drawChart, that function, and it can take as data. So let's see what that does. I'm going to save that, and now let's go and replay this, and there we are, it's got this data. So these are the salaries above 250,000. You can see they're all, maybe we should sort these so that we have the least on the left and the highest on the right. How would we do that? Well, we just go back, and there's a sort function that will sort numerical values into increasing order on an array. So you have to have an array, but sdata.sort, I'm calling it. Now this will sort the data before it's passed to drawChart. So let's save it and let's reload. So now we've got nice sorted data. Okay, why don't you repeat this, and why don't you sort everything above 280,000. Okay, so I just want to see the salaries above 280,000 and sorted into this order. And tell me how many people have salaries above 280,000. Okay, Talk to you soon.